Hey, hi everybody. My name is Joanne Zagari. I am of Blue Dove Marketing, and this is another episode of our Vendor of the Day interviews. Today we are going to be interviewing Beth Poulin, and she is amazing. She has a wonderful product called VoxxLife or from VoxxLife. Wait till you hear what she's got going on. But first, let's say hello. Hi, Beth. How are you?
Hi, Joanne. I'm awesome.
That
Absolutely fantastic. Hopefully, our internet holds. You sounded a little funky there for when you were talking, so
uh-oh.
hopefully all
Fingers
works, and
crossed.
we'll fingers, toes,
Fingers crossed,
tech,
everything crossed, that's for sure.
cross
Oh my
everything.
gosh. Hey,
Absolutely.
Beth, so let's get to it. So tell us a little bit about yourself, a little bit about you.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right. So I taught French for 26 years,
Oh,
and then in the meantime had
oui, oui.
children and all of those things. I taught French as a second language. And then, actually, in about the space of a week, decided I went to Haiti and volunteered there and came home and thought, you know what? I don't need a 4-bedroom house. So we sold the house and bought a boat and moved aboard a boat and lived aboard the boat full time for 2 years.
That's amazing.
Now it's only part time
That story
because
never gets old, Beth. I love it.
The idea is that we will go back to that full time ultimately, but we have a daughter who is just finishing up high school who wanted to have that high school experience, and it's kind of tricky to do that when you're on a boat, floating up and down the coast of the country. So that's what's led me to here. I have a husband that I adore. I have had two before this, one that I divorced and one that I lost. And I will tell you, you probably haven't heard this part, but for losing a partner changes you. And I think that was part of why why I made the decision that I did, was that we had this boat kind of land in our laps. And so I retired but I was not willing to say, what if? So I jumped and we did it, and we have loved it. We will go back to it. That's just the kind of person that I've become. I've lost things, and I don't want to wonder what if. So then my grandmother turned 100, and I've got great genes.
I guess you do. Gosh.
So I needed a present. And an old schoolmate, okay, a schoolmate from a long time ago. She's not old, because if she is, then so am I.
No, and she's not old.
Right?
This
We're not
young
old.
schoolmate.
Exactly. A former schoolmate. There we go. A
Mhm.
former schoolmate had been posting about these socks with balance, and my grandmother at 100 had won Volunteer of the Year at 99 and was delivering the mail on her floor in her facility that she was in. She was in an independent unit. She was a go-getter, but she was afraid of falling because she had watched her friends fall,
See that.
break a hip, and die. And she didn't want to be there. So I called up my friend Darlene and talked to her about these socks. I'm like, okay, tell me more. And I bought socks for grandma, and I took her those socks. And she now has, I think she has about 7 pairs. She will be 104 in April if she makes it that far.
She will.
I'm not so convinced she still wants to be here, but
Oh. Yeah, I guess we,
uh,
as humans, I guess we get to that point,
yeah.
you know?
Yeah, she doesn't have a whole lot in the way of friends that are still alive, other than, people that are in the facility. She's no longer in an independent unit. She did have a heart attack. So
Oh,
that ups the ante. So she ended up getting enough socks that she can go laundry day to laundry day. Up until then, she was washing them every night, because she would say to me, I don't need more socks. I wash them every night and I'll be fine.
oh, wow. Isn't that something?
Stubborn runs in my family too.
But it worked.
It does.
But it worked for her.
It does. And she wouldn't wear anything else because she noticed such a significant difference in her balance. I was pretty fit, didn't have any problems that I could see with balance. I did notice that if I drove for a long period of time, I would have my driver's leg, hip get out of whack and be annoying. And so when I wore the socks and I drove back from her place to the airport, I discovered that, oh, wait a minute, my hip's not hurting. I clench. So when I wear my socks to sleep, I wake up and my jaw doesn't hurt. I also had some restless leg stuff going on, which when I wear my socks to sleep doesn't happen.
Amazing. It's just
Yeah,
amazing. So I guess you're going to explain to us the technology of what's in these
absolutely.
socks.
Absolutely. And I'm so excited because last week we introduced a brand new technology. But let's start with the basics.
Okay.
So the basics are that every technology that we have works with a neurohaptic coding. So what that means is that it's talking to your brain through patterns. All right. The patterns are tactile. So think Braille on a minuscule scale.
Okay.
All right. You can feel the bumps, but whereas in Braille you can see them, in this case you can't. All of our patterns are buried under, I'm going to show you here, they're buried under that image. And that image is the thumbprint of Jay Dollywall, who is the creator of all of this incredibleness. And it is a way to encrypt the pattern so that it is proprietary. Okay?
Okay.
So Jay's mom was diagnosed with MS when he was 13. So he has spent his entire life trying to find ways to help mom. She went from, running the household to in a wheelchair in 18 months. He worked in computers and crypto stuff with computers, so he made his money that way. He was able to send her wherever he wanted, wherever he found things that could help her. He came across some research from 1963 from a Dr. C.J. Griffin and neuromuscular dentistry, and he pulled all of these things together and then did his own experimentation to create these patterns. It all started with insoles. So the insoles were first. There's the pattern. That pattern works with the receptors on your skin to put your brainstem into balance or homeostasis. It is almost instant, like within 7 seconds. You have better balance, strength, stability, range of motion, and pain management. Now, that doesn't mean that it's a magic wand that's going to be poof, you're an Olympic athlete who has no pain whatsoever. I have had people come and stand on the insoles at an event and not want to get off because I had one lady who came up. She was so funny. I was busy with somebody else and she came and I watched her standing on the insoles, and then she came over to me and she said, I walked in here with ankle, knee, hip, shoulder, and headache pain, and standing on those things, they're all gone. So then she walked around for a little while and she came back and she said, yeah. And she said, she could feel it coming back after a little while, because really they're like my glasses, right? When I take my glasses off, not only can you see the bags under my eyes, so I put them back on, but I don't see as well. So I take them off. You get to see the bags under my eyes. I can't see them anymore because I can't see. But it only works when it's on you. So we'll go back to the progression. We started with the insoles, and then came athletic socks. So the athletic socks come in 4 different heights, from an under the ankle bone to a mini crew just above, a crew length, and a knee high. These have got some compression in them. They hug your foot. They're more nylon. Everything's got that pattern. These also have added supports for athletic purposes, right? Well, okay, you don't have to be an athlete to wear them. I like my knee highs. We've had lots of people talk about reduction in varicose veins with these socks that are a little more compressive. Then we go to, now I have a big mess on my desk here because I just kept throwing socks all over the place.
We'll show these and we'll
I
show these.
have fun with my socks. All right, then we move to wellness socks. This is one of the new patterns, but our wellness socks, to be honest, the most popular sock in the most popular product is a black wellness sock because it kind of looks, it's an easy, looks like a dress sock, and the pattern is there. These have some padding on the bottom. They're diabetic approved with an inside out toe line, so there's no issues there. And then these are not quite as tight across the top. They're at crew length. They come in probably 50 different patterns and colors, and they're fun. I like them. So that's those socks. Then we have Voxtero that are wool, Iconics that are fun patterns, and Profiles that are little sockettes. I think that rounds out the socks. No, well, almost, because we have brand new technology, but I'm saving that one to the end.
Okay, because I have a question for you too.
Go.
Now, so in other words, say I have a headache and I put on these socks or the insoles, right? And it makes my headache go away. Yep. So now when I take that off, is my headache coming back?
It may, depends on how long you're wearing the tech. We suggest that you wear the technology 24/7. And with only insoles, that was a challenge because nobody's going to ace bandage an insole around their foot and sleep with it. Just not going to happen. So having the socks, I sleep in my socks. And then the next thing that came along was the Harmony patch. And initially, it was a 24-hour patch. Right. So now you don't have to wear socks or insoles. You can go to the beach, slap it. Okay. So this is where I get excited because most of the time I'm in shoes and socks, except if I'm at the beach. Right. So it goes on the inside of your dominant forearm for the first. Now these are 48-hour patches. So for the first 48 hours, that's where it goes. That's where it activates. And then, much like riding a bike, your brain knows the pattern. So if I was to write the number 3 on your hand, have you close your eyes and I write the number 3 on your hand, you say, yeah, it's a number 3. So if I write that same number on your shoulder or on your back or on your leg, it's a 3. And you start to say, yeah, it's a 3. How many times are you going to do this? It's a 3, right? So your brain understands that pattern going forward. So after I've worn that patch on my forearm for 48 hours, I can now put it anywhere. And this works for all of the technologies. I wouldn't suggest hanging a sock off of your nose because it's going to look silly and you're not going to get the pattern in the right place to touch your skin. But I can now go out in my bathing suit, slap this patch up on my hip where I'm not, like, that part of my body doesn't move a whole lot, so I'm not risking it coming off. It's hidden, and I can go to the beach, or I can wear a fancy ball gown, because I'm not going to wear socks with my dress shoes, right? And I'm still covered. So I can dance, I can move.
And your body's going to know the pattern from wearing the socks for all the time. So the body's just going to know the pattern. That's amazing.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. And that works with all of them. So, and you can layer. I mean, you can end up being covered. I had one person, one of the posts that would have been earlier this week, I asked you to look at this list of things and tell me which numbers apply to you. And I had one person that must have had 10 numbers on there. And I said, oh my goodness, I just want to bubble wrap you in technology. But really you can. So the HPT is the base one. The HPT is like the janitor that has the keys to everything, right? They can open up all of the doors. And as you add in these other technologies, then the HPT says, oh, you've got that covered? Okay, I'm going to go to the room next door and see what's going on over there. All right, so you start with that. The next thing that we came out with, I'm trying to do this in order here, is this guy. So this one is a scorpion, and I wear it on my dominant arm. Now I can wear it on either arm, doesn't matter. I just like the fact that this is an old style. We've come out with new ones now. Oh, some of the new ones are just incredible. You have to wait for that post. But what it does is it's got the pattern on the inside, and it's silicone. I'm trying to get it turned inside out here. Like that. Okay. So same idea of it looking like a thumbprint. And it is going to leave an imprint on my arm because it's compressive. So somebody else asked the other day, well, is that what, sports people wear when they're training? Absolutely. They wear compressive sleeves. They just don't necessarily have this added boost. And what is this boost? This is a cognitive boost. So front and back of your brain, memory, focus, clarity, lowered anxiety by wearing this. I worked part-time at West Marine, and somebody said, hey, I want to talk to that girl. You know, the one that wears that thing to cover her tattoos?
Oh, isn't that funny?
Yeah, I don't have tattoos. I wear it because when it's crazy in there in the summertime, I can keep track of 3 customers at once. We have noticed some great results with ticks. Look for that post. We have not the creepy crawly ticks that bite you, but neurological ticks. So we have also noticed better range of motion. We have noticed
with the sleeve or
with the sleeve.
Okay.
Well, and sometimes it's combined with sometimes people are wearing the HPT as well, right? Kids with ADHD, calmer. I have my nephew wearing it because he can sometimes get squirreled and can lose emotional regulation. So, hang on, there's a tickle in the throat. At least I'm not infecting anybody, right?
No, not with a tickle. No,
not with a tickle. No, and the only other person here is the dog, and she's not a person. So
I think she is.
I went 72 hours without this because I had to do a test and missed it terribly. I blamed everything on the fact that I didn't have my tech on. But I was tired. I needed a nap. I was squirrel. I was all over the map. And I was a little on the grumpy side. So I put it on first thing in the morning and then take it off when I go to bed. When the warm weather comes, I just don't have a beautiful suntan.
Okay. You still wear it. You still
I
wear
it. I still wear it. If I'm outside working, I still wear it because there's just so much going on in my brain. So many places I need to be. So then last spring, I know I don't want to keep everybody for hours here. Last spring, we came out with 3 new patch technologies. So many people struggle with sleep that we came up with this one, which is a REM patch. So this one optimizes your sleep cycle, basically increasing the deep and the REM sleep and decreasing your light sleep. Excuse me. You put it on right before you go to bed, half an hour before you go to bed.
Okay.
I put it right at the base of my neck. It can also go on your upper arm. Oops, I don't have a Vax on today. So with that, I have found personally that I sleep better. And even though I was sleeping really well with my socks on, I wake up before my alarm. Sometimes I don't turn it off, but that's just to be a pain in the neck. But I'm ready to go. Up, ready to go. I have a watch that supposedly tracks those things, but it doesn't give me a differentiation between the deep and the REM sleep. Okay. So I'm looking, my birthday's coming. That's what I'm going to buy myself so that I can actually give you some numbers that say, this is how much my REM increased. This is how much my deep sleep increased when I wear the patch versus when I don't.
I can't believe that this does all this. It's crazy. I'm actually writing it down.
Good girl. And really they're talking about shrinking them, but really they're not bad. They're 2 by 2, right?
Okay.
And
Now,
you just
are they clear on your skin or are they blue?
this one's blue.
Okay,
This
it is
one's
blue. Okay.
blue. The Neurovax is pink. The Metapatch is kind of an ivory, and the Harmony patch is blue as well.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, they're shrinking them down. Hopefully in the next few months, we will see them and they will be an inch by an inch.
Okay.
It's even better. Neurovax, neuroplastic immune optimization. So these came out in May, and last summer I didn't take any allergy meds whatsoever.
Really?
Because I was wearing the Neurovax. Yeah.
Neurovax, and that is a patch, right?
It is a patch. It's pink. It is a 48-hour patch. And this one works with the same kind of principle, right? The pattern, the receptors on your skin, picking it up, taking it to your central nervous system, who then turns around and talks to, in this case, talks to the organs that are involved in immune. And I'm not sure where my post is on this, but look for the post that shows A, the video with Dr. Mark DeBrinket, and B, what it does to your blood. All of us are exposed right now to a lot of electromagnetic frequencies. And what that does is it makes our blood clumpy. It's called rouleau when it kind of stacks up on top like a roll. Okay. Rouleau is a French word. And so what this does is it separates those red blood cells so that the white blood cells can go in and clean up whatever garbage they need to, but also so that in places in your body where there are, the capillaries are so tiny that they'll only let one blood cell through, you've got better blood perfusion, better blood pressure, because it's not getting stuck, right? I love it. The other day, I'd gone a couple of days because I'd forgotten to put it back on, and I was feeling yucky. And I thought, uh-oh, you know, everybody's brain goes to one spot right now, right? Yeah. I thought, okay. Oh, wait a minute. I don't have a Vax patch on. I threw the Vax patch on and I was fine within an hour.
And this helps with allergies.
It helps with allergies. It helps with, I have friends that are recovering with COVID, that it's making a difference. I have friends with blood pressure issues that it's making a difference. You know, anything that involves the blood and because that's what it does, right? And it's working with those immune systems. Amazing. It's incredible. I like to partner it with the HPT so that I'm covered that way. That's amazing. We don't have vaccines here yet, so I want my immunology, I want my immune system to be at its optimized state before and after that happens. So then we have Metapatch, which is neurohaptic advanced metabolism. Now, understand that every body is different and everybody's needs are different. So your enhanced optimized metabolism may look very different from mine. I have a very high metabolism. It runs very quick. For years, you know, I've had people very jealous of the fact that I struggled to actually keep weight on as opposed to struggling to lose it. My girls would rather that their brother didn't have my metabolism and they did. So it will work differently for me than it might for somebody else. I have heard better energy. I have heard fewer cravings. Our CEO lost 30 pounds with Metapatch. So it's optimized metabolism. So your body may decide now that it's metabolizing something a little differently. All of our products have a 30-day money-back guarantee. Clearly, in Patch's case, it's a prorated thing. I can't give you money back for patches that you've used them all up. Okay. Right? But so I say wear them, whichever technology or combination thereof, wear them, for the full 27 days before you make a decision, because our expectations can mess us up, right? I've just said that HPT works on pain management. So somebody could put the socks on, and if their pain isn't gone in 10 minutes, well, they don't work. Or if it's not gone in 2 days, well, they don't work. Your body may just take longer. Your body may be working on something completely unrelated to the pain that is necessary and is a higher priority for your brain as opposed to your conscious brain.
Okay.
All right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Are you ready?
Yes. Yes.
All right. So these launched last Monday, and hopefully by the time we air this, shouldn't be a problem at all. Hopefully they still have some in stock because they are flying off the shelves. These new socks are called Boomy, Boomhi, and it is Sanskrit for earth. Okay? They look like a normal pair of socks. They've got cushioning in the heel and the bottom. They have a green, and that's important, green pattern, cushioning in the toe. 2 different styles currently. There's these black crew socks. And then, come here. These are extra smalls. These are for my nephew. They're so cute. Like a mini crew. Okay, they've got this cute little thing on the back that's kind of an extra cushion, as well as the cushioning in the toe and the footbed. All right, so they look really cool. They're really comfy. Cool, comfy, short, long. You're good. Except that they are made from each pair 3 recycled plastic bottles. Okay. And for every pair we sell, we plant a tree. And these have a new technology in them that is called elevated mind technology. These are happy socks.
Okay.
And hopefully I will have a video, if not, then definitely a post on brain mapping and what happens with the Boomy socks as opposed to the HPT socks. But I've worn them. They are super comfortable. And I put them on my daughter, who has been struggling with, she got the first pair. She got them even before I did. She's been struggling, and her voice was lighter. Now, whether that was a combination of actually seeing mom and getting presents and getting happy socks, I don't know. But she loves them. And
so they help with depression? Is that what you're saying?
Yes. Yeah. Mood, elevated mind technology. I'm sorry, I interrupted you. What did you say?
Do they have them in the low socks for the adults or just for kids?
Right. Yeah. So they have these come in all the regular sizes, right? So the low ones come in an extra small, small, medium, large, and extra large.
Wow, it's funny.
And
I was going to ask you about this.
Yeah, the crew come in small, medium, large, and extra large. So your extra large are your size 14 to 17 feet. Those are like great big feet.
That is something. All right, this is cool. This is really
it's cool. Super exciting.
Really super cool. It really is.
And they are so comfy.
Oh, here it is. Okay, I'm on your website right now.
Woohoo! So just remember that you can wear all of them at once. Now, you aren't going to be able to wear 2 pairs of socks at the same time.
I was going to say, I can't wear socks. I'm not doing that, Beth.
Especially not when it gets warmer, right? When it gets warmer, you're going to have to wear the short Boomies, because I don't think there's going to be a patch for those. Who knows? Maybe. I can never tell what he's going to do next. But this one, the REM you're going to wear overnight, take off in the morning. The others are 48 hours. You can just feel like you're an envelope covered in stamps.
Yeah, that's it. Now, do I have to wear the socks in order to get the benefit from the patch, or can you wear the patch
Yeah, you could just wear the
first?
patch. You don't have to have the socks and the patch. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. I'm looking at this now.
And I just did a podcast with Healthcare 360. I will probably
Yeah.
post that as a post. That was Dr. Mark and I. And so if you want, that's a whole long hour. So if you've got an hour to listen,
Mhm.
he asked a lot of technical questions and Dr. Mark shared a lot of things there. There will be, over this 2 weeks, there will be an Ask the Doc call. So I will post that. I'm in a contest to try to grow this team and see what I can do. So I'm always looking for people that are
Team
interested
members.
in sharing this mission. I mean, my mission is to help 1 billion people. I forgot to say that at the beginning.
That's right.
It's to help 1 billion people. And like 2 people can't do that. Well, we've got thousands of people now, but still thousands of people needs to be more thousands of people in order to help 1 billion. We have at this point helped 7 million people, or almost 7 million people, in
Wow.
in less than 5 years.
That
So
is something. That is something.
it is incredible. It's $60 to join the company, and you get me, and you get tons and tons of training and all kinds of wonderfulness. And if that's not your cup of tea, if all you want to do is wear the products
Mhm.
and talk to people, I mean, if you're going to wear them and talk to people, you might as well have the company send you some money. But if that's not what you want to do, I'm happy to come up with some sort of a referral plan and help provide you with socks for working with me.
That's wonderful. That is what I hope everybody is hearing this. Um, I haven't tried these socks yet, but I am looking at the website now. I don't want you to think I'm not. I'm just like so enthused, especially about the depression because I have children who are dealing with depression, and I want to take a look. I don't see the boomies on the website. Is that
Oh, okay. The US website, the US warehouse is in Texas,
okay?
and there were some issues with that weather system
Oh
issues
yeah.
in the last couple of weeks. So I know that they were delayed a little bit.
Okay.
I was hoping they'd be up today, but
Okay, because
let's
that
double
I'm
check.
really interested in those. I really, really am, and I'm sure everyone else is too. This has
Well,
been
and as a
wonderful.
mom, absolutely. And as a mom, you want to take care of your kids, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And sometimes they listen to you and sometimes they don't. So if it's as innocuous as saying, "Hey, I bought you these socks. They're really comfortable. Try them." And
Mhm.
you don't have to tell them what they do.
Yeah. No, 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 I think this is wonderful. I really do, and I'm dying to see if they work. That I really,
Absolutely.
really am, and with everything else that this company has and as well as it's doing, I'm sure they work. I'm sure they are.
Oh, if
I
they
hope
didn't work, they
everybody
would, yeah.
I
If they
hope
didn't work,
everybody
they'd be messing
really,
out yet.
really listens to this. You know what? And watch this a couple of times, this interview with Beth, because she really, really has just said a ton of information for you. I was actually taking notes. So, and it's important because you know what? It's going to give you the relief that you need without popping pills. And
Mhm.
it is one thing about medications, even though they come from a doctor, and again, this is my opinion, but here's the deal. But here's the fact is that medication goes through your system and it goes through your liver and it goes through those organs. And quite honestly, it's toxic. They are toxic. Medication is always toxic, even if it is working to help you, whether it be blood pressure medicine, diabetic medicine, whatever medicines it is. Heck, ibuprofen or Tylenol is
Mhm.
toxic to your liver because your liver does the cleansing in your body. And, if you don't do things for it to help it, do its job, it can end up being a problem. So if this technology with what they have here, what it can do for your body, you might, talk with your doctor. And after you're wearing it a while, it might be, some adjustments that can be made if you're taking medication. Am I correct?
Absolutely. And you need to stay in touch with your doctor because you may find that you feel something different, and it could be that you're taking too much of that medication now and that you don't need as much.
There you go. That's very, very true. That is very true. This has been wonderful. Now, let me ask you about this. Is there anything else that you want to add before we go? I want to give you the floor, although you've had the floor the whole time. But just in case there's anything else you want to add.
Well, if you watch the podcast, I didn't take the floor the whole time, so it's it's
Okay.
my turn now.
No, this is for you. This is for you. You know that. You know that.
I
That's what
do.
all these
I
interviews
do.
are for sure.
Yeah. Just look at my group. If this is something that you're curious about, past the 2 weeks of this show, because it will end. My group, Get Your Tech On. So it's facebook.com/groups/Get Your Tech On. You hear things first in that group. I share them with those people first, and I do regular draws and fun things and share information that may or may not be Vox related, but is brain related.
I love it. I absolutely love
Yeah.
it. Absolutely love it. So, all right then, guys, listen, everybody, thank you so much for checking in and sticking with us and listening to all this fabulous information. I absolutely love what I had to hear. And hopefully we'll have Beth back when even newer technology comes out. I'm sure that Beth will join us for sure.
Absolutely. I think I've got an unboxing video that I'll make sure to share this week too.
Oh, that's wonderful. Now Beth is in Beth is in this next 2 weeks. It is I have so many different groups.
Spring is in the air, I think.
Spring is that what it's called? Wait a minute. Jesus.
Spring is sprung.
This looks good, right?
Something to do with spring.
Spring is on the way. Vendor of the day. There we go. Hello. I knew it was a rhyme. Vendor of the day. Do take a look. You're going to see her posts in there. And her vendor of the day is, of course, it looks like March 14th. So March 14th is when this is airing. And please, by all means, visit Beth on the posts. Visit her website. That is in the I've posted that or pinned it right in the comments. Visit her website. That's what I'm on right now, looking at her website. And if you have any questions, you can certainly ask Beth yourself, and I'm sure she's be more than happy to help you out. That's for sure.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And Socks on the Dock is just a fun way to remember it. Because when I started, I was living on the boat, and our primary product was socks. So Socks on the Dock was just easier than BethPoulin.VoxxLife.com. That's really long.
I think it's excellent.
So
I think
Socks on the Dock is more fun.
I like Socks on the Dock. It's cute. It's cute, and you remember it. It's easy to remember. Remember, guys, Socks on the Dock. Got it? There we go. All right, everyone. You all have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. Thank you again, Beth. Just hang with me a moment afterwards, okay? Everybody, thank you again, and we will see you online. Talk to you later.